Hello, welcome everyone. I'm just going to wait briefly while all of our attendees join us. I can see lots of people joining now, so just give it sort of 30 seconds until I get started. Okay, I'm going to get started now. We have quite a lot to get through today, so I know people are still joining, but they can catch up. So welcome to this webinar for the launch of summer courses for 2025. It's great to see so many of you today, and we've got our some Bucksmore staff with us, and I think some members of our global recruitment team as well. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Rhianne Jenkins, and I'm the head of marketing and admissions at Bucksmore. And before we start discussing the changes for 2025 and new courses and things like that, I really wanted to start by talking about our summer in 2024. Overall, we had a really great summer experience, and I think that's really reflected in the staff and the student feedback that we've received, and obviously the great feedback that we've actually heard through our agent partners as well. So thank you so much if you have kind of relayed that on to us. It's really, really useful for us to know where we're doing things right and where we can improve as well. So what happened in 2024? Well, we welcomed over 1,300 students to our programs during July and August, in a mixture of our sort of integrated summer and our bespoke closed groups as well. Students on our integrated summer came from 69 different nationalities, and actually one thing that we do is obviously ask students at the end of their course to provide some feedback. One of the main highlights that really shone through was just the amazing experience that they had to actually be able to make friends from all over the world, and that was obviously a really, really valuable aspect of the course, aside from the actual lessons and the excursions and the activities that they do, but creating these opportunities for students to kind of meet each other. We successfully expanded our offering to new venues such as OIC Brighton that we used for the first year, and new courses as well. So things like Young Professionals Graphics and English Plus Performing Arts as well. And some of the words that students used to describe our courses included engaging, interactive, challenging, fun, and well-structured. Our summer programs were launched in world-class boarding school and university venues in 3 amazing cities, so in Oxford, in London and in Brighton, which we'll be using again this year. And students said that they liked the spacious, clean, safe and peaceful options that we offer in terms of our accommodation. Our staff were rated very highly by students across all of our centres. So students mentioned that they were friendly, fun, organised and patient as well. And we've already started to secure our really highly rated members of staff for next year. So 95% of students rated us good or excellent across key areas, including staff, academics, venues and activities and excursions. So that's just a very brief overview of our summer. So now we'll talk about what's happening for next year. And just to say, as I go through the presentation, if you do have questions, please do put them into the Q&A box. I've got Richard, our marketing coordinator, looking at the questions. I will come to questions at the end as well. So please do, as you think of them, please add your questions going through. So where are we heading for next year? Well, you'll see as I go through the presentation that we have a few new course options available, some exciting new industry projects on our Young Professionals courses. We've expanded our Young Professionals course to be available in 2 venues. And our English Plus options have expanded a little bit as well. We're launching an English Plus football course, working with a top Premier League football club. We have I would say, upgraded our university preparation course to be within a University of Oxford location. And I hope that you'll see the same high quality experience, which obviously starts now. It starts with this presentation, and it starts with the communications that you're having with our, with our amazing regional managers and our admissions coordinators as well. So let's take a look at courses on offer in summer 2025. So our English Foundation courses, these are available for students aged 8 up to 18. We have different tuition hours based on the level of intensity that the child is looking for, and the additional subject options if they're looking for something a little bit extra as well. You'll notice that the age range has gone down slightly, so we can take students from age 8, as I said, with a course up to 18 as well. Our Bucksmore English course, this course aims to build strong fluency, enhance English oral and written communication skills through a dynamic and fun language curriculum. So a variety of sessions are on offer, including academic tutorials, group projects, conversation classes, and the kind of hands-on excursions that they have outside of the classroom as well. The course also builds strong interpersonal skills such as teamwork, creativity, and confidence through our project-based learning. And students' progress is also tracked and assessed at the end of each course with our Bucksmore assessment, which is an evaluation tool that developed in alignment with the Common European Framework of Reference scale. So you'll see that students receive 20 hours of English and 2.5 days of excursions per week, as well as a fully complementary activities timetable. So it's an action-packed stay for students at OIC Brighton. The course is available to start any Tuesday from the 1st of July and up to 5 weeks in total, so up to the 5th of August. It's also a great one that students can combine with other courses. So it's sort of a great stepping stone if people are maybe coming to the UK for the first time, maybe it's their first introduction to a UK summer camp. So they may want to do a week here before they go on to one of our other courses perhaps. You'll notice this year that we have 2 distinct age groups available. So for 8 to 12s and 13 to 17s, with divided lessons and activities based on their age and interests. So if students are looking to sort of combine their English learning with passion for a specialist subject, then our English Plus options would be the right course for them. They're designed for students who want a little bit extra out of their summer. So there are 5 options to choose from, and they will receive 7.5 hours of additional sessions within their chosen specialism. So a reduced number of English language learning and increased specialism subjects as well. So just to give you a brief overview of the options available. So Adventure is available to our older set of students only. They will attend different activities each week, such as sailing, indoor climbing, kayaking, bushcraft, archery, and treetop adventure, which you can see in the photo there, which helps to develop students' confidence, teamworking, resilience skills in a really fun and engaging setting. So it's always a very, very popular course to sell. Our football course is will have football sessions led on site by coaches from Premier League club Brighton and Hove Albion, and includes an Amex stadium tour, so a tour of their stadium as part of an additional excursion for the football students. And just to say that's available for all age groups and for male and female students as well. Our STEM and coding course, students are introduced to subjects as science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and specialist coding workshops as well, run by expert external providers. Each week we usually have a different theme, which may include topics such as coding, architecture, space, maths, design, engineering, forensic science, and robotics. On our performing arts course, this is available for the younger age group, so the 8 to 12 students, and students have the opportunity to work in practical workshops and sort of master classes with our partners West End On Demand. Last year, or in the summer, sorry, they had sessions related to one Broadway musical that they used as a focus for each week. And finally, our business course, students will learn business basics, branding, marketing, and product launch through sort of market research. And they will work on a project throughout the week, which will culminate in a formal presentation as well. And that one is only available for the 13 plus students. You will notice that this course is a 2-week minimum. So students will start on either the 1st of July or the 15th of July. So our next few courses are our intensive English summer camps. They focused on more rapid language development through sort of immersive lessons and real life practice as well. Students can choose from a London or an Oxford stay, or they can choose to do both with a combination, and they engage in sort of daily lessons that enhance grammar, vocabulary, and communication skills. And then outside of the classroom, students are participating in activities, sports, and cultural excursions and social events. This provides them with even more opportunities to kind of hear and use English. They also have group projects and electives. So it's creating a really nice environment where English is sort of constantly spoken, ensuring that they have good language development as well as kind of a memorable summer and a fun time as well. Students must be 13 years or older to start the programme. And we have weekly options available at St Hilda's College in Oxford. So any Tuesday from the 1st of July up until the 12th of August. And for King's College London, it's a 2-week minimum course. So starting on the 1st of July or the 15th of July. Our final English foundation course is our IELTS preparation option. So this is a option in London, and it's designed to equip students with the skills in order to excel in the IELTS exam specifically. They receive focused training on, with our IELTS expert tutors on all aspects of the tests. So reading, writing, listening, and speaking, specialist workshops on those key skills. And they will have kind of continuous assessment and mock exams to track progress and to boost their exam confidence, so that when they come to the end of the course, when they take the IELTS test, they'll feel ready to do that. So they will take the IELTS for exam test on the final or final couple of days of the course, and that fee is included within the course fee. And at King's College, it is again a 2-week minimum course to be able to kind of get the most out of that and to be able to take the exam, and that would be a start date of the 1st or the 15th of July. And just going to mention, just to highlight, because people that have worked with us for many years, you'll notice that the age has changed for this course. So we used to be just 16 to 18. We've brought that down slightly to 15. We've had lots of requests for some 15-year-olds that are really keen to take this course. So we've reduced that down. So just to kind of highlight that for you. And just one more thing while I'm thinking about English. All of the other courses that I've mentioned, they do not require any language level to be able to do this course. But for IELTS, we would require students to have a intermediate level of English to start the course and to be able to get the most out of the course. Okay, so that was all of the English courses. I'll now come on to talking about our academic focused courses, which aim to build on students' particular passions for a particular subject. So our Young Professional Summer Camp is our flagship course. It's a 2-week immersive program designed for ambitious students aged 13 to 17. Students will get a blend of academic learning, real-world industry experience to give them the chance to explore various career paths, whilst also improving their English skills in a professional context. Students would need to have an intermediate level of English to start the course, but we accept native speakers as well. It's not an English language course in any way. So the capstone industry projects are a particular sort of feature of the course. They will lead to external certification by our industry partners. I think they're quite unique in being able to offer this, and this will help students to build a portfolio and interact with professionals and take a step towards their future career. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we have expanded this course into 2 locations for next year and 2 cities. So one in Oxford and where we've had it previously at Dover-Brooks, and then also in King's College London as well. The subject that they will choose it's a 2-week experience, and the subjects do repeat. So if students are looking to stay with us for 4 weeks, then I would recommend that they choose 2 different subjects to cover across the 4 weeks, or alternatively, they could study 2 weeks of young professionals and then move on to our pre-university preparation course if they're the right age and have the right English level. And just to highlight that the dates for this course all start a week later than our English courses. So they all start on the 8th of July. So with the 2-week option, it would be the 8th of July or the 22nd of July. Okay, I'm going to try and whip through all of these courses and try and I want to give you as much information as possible. There's quite a few to go through, so I'll just speed through each course and try to pick out some particular highlights from the courses. So the first courses I'll talk about are all in Oxford this year. So the AI and computer science course, it provides a comprehensive foundation in coding, AI, technology, and computer science. Students will be developing their knowledge of using programming software such as Java and Python and exploring different approaches in machine learning. The real-world capstone industry project, it will be leveraging the Unity platform. We're working with our partners, again, Computer Explorers, to deliver the industry project. And as I mentioned, a key feature of these courses are they attend an industry workshop each week. So 2 during the 2-week course. And for AI and computer science, for example, something that the students did this year was visiting the National Museum of Computing, which is famous for code breaking during the Second World War. Our architecture course is ideal for those students who are interested in art, design, urban planning, and sustainable development. They will explore, document their surroundings, practice drawing techniques, and relevant sort of more contemporary urban contexts. The project is developed and delivered by our partners Class of Your Own, who we work with for a few years now, and they have their own sort of learning program called Design, Engineer, Construct, because they're specialists within architecture, engineering, and construction fields. And then on completion of this program, students will receive a DEC award, which is a Training Qualifications UK and industry endorsed certificate. Some of the workshop highlights will include inside London, where students went on a sustainable architecture tour, examining London as a sustainable city, deciding whether it is actually a sustainable city or not, and how it compares with their own hometown or city in terms of sustainability. The engineering students will collaborate on the interdisciplinary project with architecture students under the instruction of a Class of Your Own as well. And they'll have different excursions and sort of different industry workshops. So this year they visited the Silverstone Museum, learning about the history of motorsport, and the L'Oreal Young Scientists Centre, where they took part in a crash testing workshop as well. So for business, we have divided our very popular business course into two streams for this year. So we have a business and marketing course in Oxford, and then a business and finance course in London. Our Oxford course focuses on essential skills for students that want to become successful entrepreneurs or marketeers. And by the end of the course, students will have the confidence and the tools to be able to turn their sort of creative ideas into viable businesses. They will work with Go Create Academy on their project, who specialise in creative arts media, and they'll be developing an innovative product, event or festival launch. And one of the visits will be going with Go Create to the studios there. So moving on to our London options, firstly, we have business and finance. This is ideally located in London, which is why we wanted to have the finance option in London, in sort of hub of the UK there. They will cover topics such as corporate finance, global economics, and entrepreneurship. The project is designed and delivered by business experts, and it will involve the students stepping into the role of investors in sort of a Shark Tank style pitch, Shark Tank or Dragon's Den as it's called in the UK, and asked to sort of critically appraise the business ideas brought to them by industry professionals. And the workshop sessions will include a visit to a financial institution, such as a bank or investment firm, and also a workshop at a business sort of incubator or startup hub as well. So focusing on the launch and sort of scaling up of a new business as well. So kind of seeing both sides of a very well-established business and then sort of more of a startup environment as well. So on our law course, the highlights of the law course will be actually working on the project, which will be conducting a mock trial to address a fictional legal case. And within the industry workshops, this includes a courtroom experience day in a local court in London to actually observe legal professionals, watching them present cases and how judges, deal with making decisions and things. And then it will include a debrief with the legal professional to discuss their observations of that experience. So our very popular medicine course is designed and delivered by our expert colleagues with a medical background. So we're working with educators, and so for example, Dr. Cal, who is a UCL medicine graduate and now works with developing kind of medicine education workshops and activities for young students. Each subject theme sort of session that they'll have will be working on a particular area of the body, and so that students can actually gain sort of hands-on experience with a range of areas such as the respiratory system, cardiovascular, digestive, etc., and also a session related to sort of medical ethics and professionalism as well. Their project will be working on a pharmaceutical product that addresses a specific medical need. They're going to be working in teams to collaborate with pharmacists and other healthcare professionals to actually simulate the drug development process. As you can see there, the workshops include taking them to a simulation suite. This actually takes place in the training ward at King's College Hospital. So where trainee doctors there actually learn, they'll be going to have that same experience. And they'll also take part in a surgical workshop. So focusing on sort of suturing techniques and the basics of surgery as well. So I think this is one where we've sort of worked to develop it a little bit more. And I think this has always been very popular course for us. But I think we've kind of leveled up a little bit, and making sure that those industry workshops are going to be really, really useful for students who are interested in medicine. So for graphic design, we successfully launched this course last year, and we've now brought it into our London set of courses, which is obviously a great hub for kind of design and creativity. The course introduces the field of graphic design as an artistic discipline and also as a professional practice. So course topics to cover would be things like typography, branding, and digital illustration. And one of the workshops that they'll do will actually be a digital illustration workshop using sort of industry standard software. And they'll also have a visit to a professional design studio in London, including sort of a Q&A with junior designers as well. And then finally, our last course in this young professionals sort of suite of courses is our popular performing arts program. So formerly, you may know it as Young Performers. It's had maybe various names over the years, but our performing arts courses similar to previous years in that it take place at King's College London, and we work with our great partners West End On Demand to deliver this course. So students will attend daily workshops and masterclasses with musical theatre experts and that have a range of different disciplines, so including acting, singing, dancing, stage combat and puppetry. And then as part of the course, rather than a sort of a project that they do, their project is actually working towards a final performance that they do at the end of the 2 weeks, which we invite parents to come along to. And this year we had lots of parents and family members actually able to join us, which was great. But if not, we do try to record the session as well, so that we can make that available to you guys if you need to see that as well. So our final set of courses are our university preparation courses. Again, this course maybe has had different names, and I know some of you will have been with us for a very long time, so it could be formerly known as Advanced Studies or Advanced University Prep. Essentially, it's a similar course to what we've done previously, but we've just tried to kind of really refine it and sort of level up a little bit in terms of what we can offer students and the value that they will see from doing this course. So on the programme, they will focus on a single university level subject, which is taught at a first year undergraduate level. So students can kind of, I guess, gain a competitive edge as they kind of delve into that subject in their chosen field. So it's great for students that may be thinking about university placements and applications in the future. So the unique features of the course would be, they get their 23 hours of subject tuition. They get additional activities such as the debate society, guest lectures with esteemed scholars, and university masterclasses. And this is all within a university setting. So it's a really great sort of immersive 2-week university experience. You will notice that we are now putting this course in St Hilda's College in Oxford, so in a university location. And also you'll notice a couple of other changes, which are that the age range has reduced slightly. Again, we've reviewed this and sort of taken the advice to and the demand to reduce it down to 15-year-olds, because we're just seeing so many students that really are looking for this kind of university preparation even earlier. So we've brought it down to 15 years old. The English requirement has also changed slightly. So we are now looking for the sort of a B2 upper intermediate level for them to be able to do this course. And as you know, if you're not sure, if students don't already have a certificate, then we have a pre-placement test that we would send to any students that need to that we need to know verify their English level. It is a 2-week minimum course. So again, it's the 8th of July or the 22nd of July start date. You'll notice that the dates now line up with young professionals. So as I said, if you've had students in the past who maybe wanted to do young professionals and pre-university, they can do that throughout the whole of July and a little bit of August as well. So these are the subjects that are available this year. A few sort of new ones and some that have always been very, very popular. We've got a new history course available, architecture, engineering in the built environment. And the idea is that really that some of these are building on from our young professionals courses as well, so that hopefully if students don't necessarily do two weeks or 4 weeks within the UK this summer, they might do young professionals this year, and then you might be able to promote the option of a pre-university course next year, and they kind of lead into each other. So that's sort of the idea. So with young professionals, they get much more of a practical idea, lots of workshops and lots of practical sessions, and these sessions are, as you can see, more sort of academic led and more sort of university focused. So those are all the courses. I'm just going to run through the venues that we have for this year. So at Oxford International College Brighton, as I said, we used it for the first time this summer, and it's a really, really great environment, sort of school campus experience for, particularly for the younger students. It's a very safe, very green campus, and we have exclusive use of this during the summer at Bucksmore, with Bucksmore. So it's a really great location for the young students. It's a mixture. We have a mixture of single and twin rooms, and great sort of facilities, activity spaces, and outdoor spaces as well. So this will be the home of our Bucksmore English and English Plus courses. At King's College London, students will get a sort of city-based university experience. They stay in fully supervised residential accommodation with very comfortable, very nice single ensuite bedrooms. The teaching building where lessons and meals will be held has actually moved. So in previous years, we were using the Virginia Woolf building of KCL. This has now changed. So they actually we're using the teaching building, which is directly opposite their accommodation. And I know some students will be happy with this because of some of them don't like the walking between. I personally think that the walk across the bridge every morning is pretty beautiful, but I suppose if it's raining in the summer, it's not great. But we'll still, they still have lots of activities because they're in London. Some of their excursions will be very, very local to them, or they will use the underground as well. And we provide a travel card, and obviously we're supervising them during that time as well. So for King College, we now have the intensive English course, the IELTS preparation course, and the young professionals course as well. So St Hilda's College, this is now the home for intensive English, which we've had there previously, but also our pre-university course as well. So the intensive English students will be housed in the garden building, which is sort of twin shared rooms with shared bathrooms, and the pre-university students will be in the hall building, which has single rooms, so slightly different offering depending on the course and the age group that they're doing. So it's a really, really brilliant location. If you've not already visited, I'd encourage you to come and have a look if you're in the UK. And it's very, very close to the city centre, and it's beautiful kind of along the river as well. It's got its own punting station, so it's that very kind of idealistic University of Oxford kind of location that students will expect. And then finally, we have Doverbrooks, which offers a really great sort of summer school setting, really great, modern facilities, contemporary sort of classrooms, art rooms, numerous labs. So it's the ideal location for the young professionals summer program. And we will use primarily the iSlip house, boarding house, sorry, which is located directly opposite the school. This is the main photo of sort of main sixth form building. So that will be using iSlip first, and then the opportunity to expand into a few other boarding houses as well. So that's all the sort of summer venues and courses, and I'm sure you'll be keen to know about pricing. So we have an early bird, which is 10% of the full fee. So I've put that on the screen there. We'll obviously send you, I mean, we already have available the brochure and the price list. So after this, we'll make sure to send that out to you, to anybody that doesn't already have it. But we have our early bird, which is running until the 31st of December. And as many of you will know, our pricing is very inclusive of everything that we think students will need. So accommodation, tuition, 3 meals a day, excursions, and complementary transfers within our sort of transfer window. And we also maintain a nationality cap at our centres, but we do have some group options. So if you are keen to maybe put together a group of 10 students, then please get in touch with us, because we have some options available if you'd like to. If you have a minimum number of, certain number of students, then we can also offer a free group leader place as well. So just a couple more things I wanted to mention before we get on to your questions. Some of you may be aware, but I know some people maybe are not aware of that we actually offer some options for students outside of the summer. So we have our home tuition option, which is one-to-one lessons in sort of a relaxed, immersive environment of the teacher's home. And you kind of have your private room there as well. And it includes excursions as well, and it's quite bespoke, so it can be built based on what the student would like to do during their stay. It's available for students of all ages, so it could be juniors, but also adults as well. And sometimes we have sort of maybe two siblings that come together, or a mother and child that want to learn English. We have lots of options available, so do get in touch if you have any clients that you think this may work for. Our popular courses are, of course, our English language courses, so primarily English, but we also have subject revision and just homestay options as well. So, for example, if you have students that are in UK boarding schools at the moment, and you may be looking for somewhere for them to go during the half term or Christmas breaks, please get in touch, because we have options, and we have options nearby, well, nationwide, but primarily we have many in sort of Oxford, Cambridge, London, kind of the South Coast, in Ireland as well. So just wanted to make everybody aware that this is an option that we have for your students. And finally, we also have closed groups as well. So if you have a sort of larger bespoke group request, then please get in touch with us to discuss. We have different venues available, so not just the ones that I've mentioned already as part of our integrated summer. We have other schools that we work with in Oxford, in Cambridge, and in other boarding schools all over the UK as well. If you have a group in mind, particularly for winter or Easter, including immersion courses, we do have a few options available for 2025. I don't have time to go into all of the options now, but I would please encourage you to get in touch with us, and we can kind of discuss the options with you one-to-one. So the last two slides, I just really wanted to introduce you to our team, and I know that a lot of you will be in touch with our team a lot already. As you know, you have a brilliant team available to support you within Bucksmore. You have a dedicated regional manager who is your first point of contact for anything that you may need. But behind that, we also have our Bucksmore support staff as well. So obviously there's myself as the head of marketing and admissions. We have three great admissions coordinators. So Garvey, who works with our Asia Pacific clients, Giovanna working with our European, Middle East and Americas partners, and then Marjan, who works with our direct students, but also with our partners based in the UK and CIS as well. And we also have Kirsty, who's our dedicated home tuition coordinator. So anything related to home tuition, you can see the email there. That's the best place to contact. But if you get in touch with us, or just info@Bucksmore, we can direct you to the right place as well. And finally, we have Richard, who's our marketing coordinator. If you do have any requests for any additional marketing materials apart from what we have already provided, then please do get in touch with him to discuss that. So our digital brochure is now available. We will make this presentation available to you after this call, but it is already available, and hopefully you've already seen that. Printed brochures will be available soon for any particular requests that you have. We have our agent Dropbox. You can scan the QR code there if you want to access that through your phone immediately. Um, on our Dropbox, we have lots of supporting marketing materials, a lot of the things I've already mentioned, like our brochure, our pricing, and a few additional sort of flyers and banners, even if you need to get those. And we also have a huge range of new photos. We took the time this summer to gather a lot of more professional photos of our great venues and of our students. So we have some new photos that you can use for your own promotional materials. We have also worked on developing some amazing new videos that will be released very, very soon. They'll be released in conjunction with our new website. So it's not a completely new website, but we are revamping our website. We are amending our course pages to really provide a lot more information to you and to students that may be looking there as well. So that will be available by the end of this month. We've also reintroduced our course chooser as well. So if you're ever in doubt about which course might be the right one for students, it's a really, really easy place to kind of drill down based on age, English level, interest, etc. So that will hopefully help you as well, because I do understand there are obviously quite a lot of different courses that we have on offer. So in terms of the sort of next steps, as you can, oh, excuse me, as you can see, you can apply online. If you apply online, there is an option to apply as a Bucksmore partner. I would really encourage you to use the online application form. It's very, very easy and very, very quick to use, and we can easily kind of match you with your student to ensure that we know that we're working with you. So please do have a look at the online application form and see whether that will work for you. You can get in touch with us to discuss more, and we will be keeping you updated with our sort of regular agent newsletter, and we'll also have some upcoming webinars as well. So the next one I would really like to do is maybe focusing a little bit more on young professionals, going through the projects, in much more detail, and really getting into the kind of nitty-gritty of that course in particular. Okay, so that was everything. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for attending. It's really great to see so many of you here today to learn about our new courses. So I think we've now got around 15 minutes for questions. So I'm just going to open up the Q&A box. If anyone, please do type in questions so we can get to these. So first question I can see is from anonymous attendee. English plus football, will there be more than 15 students max on the programme? So we've kind of divided the English plus options into a maximum, as I said, of 15 students. So it's likely that will be around the maximum that we would offer. But as I said, we will have 2 different age groups as well. So it could be up to 30 students that would be doing those sessions. Okay, question from Olga. Would you recommend young professionals to students after the first year of A-level study in the relevant area? Won't the course content be too basic for them? So I would say that if students, we don't ask that students necessarily have any prior subject knowledge, although if they do, then that helps. We have very talented, I would say, tutors who will be able to adapt the sessions to be relevant for different abilities and people that may be a little bit further along in their learning. So I would say that if they're in their first year of A-level study, they would still definitely get something out of the programme, just because there are so many practical elements of the course that maybe if they're doing their first year of A-level, they may not be learning in that way. So I think it's definitely a useful experience. Alternatively, you may want to look at the pre-university preparation course if they have that a subject that they want to do as well. But that would sort of be the step up, I suppose. And if they're in their first year of A-level, I presume that they'll be the right age to do that course. Okay, where will the last performing be presented to parents at the end of the... Yes, so as I mentioned, on the performing arts course, they have a final performance. It takes place in the West End On Demand studios. And I can't remember the name of the theatre, but it's sort of in a theatre studio. And
Dominion Theatre.
Dominion Theatre. Thank you, Richard. So it's in the Dominion Theatre that they have that. So what usually happens is that students, once they're on the course, kind of send an invite to the parents. But I think what we can do for next year is give you the details of when the final performance will be happening and the dates and times, because I was quite surprised that actually we had so many great, so many family members that were actually in the UK to attend those sessions. But obviously we understand that not all parents are able to do that. So that's why we try to take a recording of it as well. Okay, another one from Aranka. In case of enrolling approximately 10 students for summer camps from one region, in our case from Romania, is it possible to provide accommodation to a teacher who would join them? Yes, as I mentioned, we do have some group options available. As I said, we have to be very, very careful about our nationality cap, because we keep to a sort of 20% across the centre. But for most of our courses, it's slightly different for each of our venues, so I would encourage you to get in touch for you to understand what the maximum available would be. But usually it would be sort of a minimum of 10 students in order to get one free teacher or group leader place. So yeah, please get in touch if you want us to put together that for you. Okay, question from Ludmilla. Hi, Ludmilla. Can you please clarify the general booking terms? Yeah, I mean, the general booking terms, students book and we ask them to pay a £500 deposit, which is required within sort of 7 days after their booking to actually secure their place. And then once they've done that, full payment is required by the 30th of April next year. Once they've made the final payment, if they need a visa, we can provide them with a visa letter, and we kind of move into all the pre-arrival information that they will need. If you want to know sort of the cancellation policy beyond that, I would recommend having a look on our website at our terms and conditions, because it depends on the time that they're cancelling and how close to the course they're cancelling. Okay, question from Tatiana. Is IELTS exam included in the IELTS preparation course? Yes, it is. As I said, we will book the course for the students. Our admissions team, amazing admissions team, will book the course for the students, and then they attend. This year they attended it on the Sunday before, on the last Sunday before their course finishes on the Tuesday. They actually then, I think we're usually sent the results, and then we will send them on to you and to the students. Okay, what is the difference between English Plus Standard and English Plus Premium? So we have a few, 2 courses this year, Adventure and Football, which are our premium courses. These are because they represent that we are working with external providers, and there are some additional costs that are involved with those courses. So they are sort of at that premium level. All the other English Plus courses are the standard pricing. Okay, Julia. Hi, Julia. If a client pays directly to Bucksmore, may an agent claim commission back later? Yes, I mean, it would. We do sometimes, this does happen where a student may apply and then later on we find out that the agent is working with them. Obviously we want to work with you as much as possible to make sure that we can that happens. So we would just ask you to let us know how you've been working with them, and then we can connect up with them. But we do understand sometimes students can kind of apply directly, and then it comes out later that they are with an agent. So it is possible. So just get in touch, and we can figure that out and make sure that you can kind of claim for that student. Okay, Claudia has asked, when can we have the new promotional video for 2025? Yes, as I said, we're working on a set of new videos. So I think at the initial, we're initially working on 5 new videos, focusing on the different categories that I mentioned. So an English foundation one, young professionals, university preparation, a new home tuition video, and sort of a general sort of overview and sort of safeguarding type video as well. So all of those are we're working with at the moment. They will be available, I would say, by the end of October, and we'll share those with you once they're available. Okay, for students who've chosen pre-university program for 2 weeks, can they choose one subject or 2 subjects? So for pre-university, they choose one subject to do for the 2 weeks. So if they are really interested in 2, the only way that they could do 2 is if they choose to do 4 weeks of a program. In the past, we have done 2 subjects for 2 weeks, but we found that was just a little bit too intense, and maybe they weren't really getting the value out of learning that particular subject for just sort of 1 week. So we have set it at just a 2-week option with one subject chosen for those 2 weeks. Okay, anonymous. Can students attend the summer course without a tourist visa? It depends. I'm not sure where you're from and where your students will be coming from. A lot of countries do not require a visa for a summer course because it's a short course. It's under a month, so they don't need to. But there are some countries where they are still required to have a visitor visa. So if you're not sure, just because I don't know where you're from, then please do get in touch. We can help you to clarify that as well. But there are a lot of destinations, a lot of nationalities, sorry, that do not require a visa at all. Irina has asked, are you planning an agent fam trip of the centres? Really good question. It would be something, I guess, maybe to discuss with your regional manager. I'm not exactly sure where you're from, sorry, but please get in touch with them, and we can definitely arrange a visit if you would like, and we'll have a think about whether we're going to put together kind of an all agent trip. But we will let you know if that happens. Okay, I think I've answered that one. Right. Stanley has asked, when will the recruitment close? Did you mention end of April? Yeah, so the end of April, 30th of April is our sort of deadline for payments. So any students that have booked and paid deposits before then will need to make the full payment by the 30th of April. We still are recruiting beyond that date. For some of our courses, the ones that are still open. For last year, we had limited availability in some of our centres, such as intensive English in London was very, very popular, for example. But yeah, we usually extend a little bit longer. So recruiting probably ideally until the end of May is where we will stop, and then start moving into our pre-arrival information. Okay, Aranka's asked, in case anything happens, the student can't go, is it possible for a refund? So there are some circumstances that they could get a refund. For example, if their visa is refused and they're able to supply a visa refusal letter, then they can receive a full refund with a small admin fee included. If it's anything else, I would, as I said, have a look at the cancellation policy. And obviously, if there are particular circumstances, then please get in touch with us, and we can discuss, anything medical, for example. Then there may be some situations where we can still offer a refund. Okay, I feel like I whipped through those very quickly. I think that I'm not seeing any new questions. Let me just check the time. We've got a couple of minutes. If anybody does have anything else, please put them in now. And okay, I'm just saying thank you. So that's great. Okay, I think if there's no further questions, then we will wrap it up there. Thank you so much for attending. It's really great to see so many of you here, and we really look forward to working with you this year. As I said, we have recorded this presentation. We will send the presentation. We will send the recording, and we'll send our contact details as well. So please do get in touch if anything wasn't quite clear. If you want to have a one-on-one session with your team, please, we're available to do that as well. And we look forward to working with you and hearing from you soon. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.